Alright, y'all. I'm just now walking out of the cinema after watching Despicable Me 4. And, again, since I watched a sequel, I feel I should give my thoughts on the previous films. So, yeah, I actually tried to rewatch all of them before I had to leave to get to the cinema. But, didn't have enough time. Yeah. Yeah, the reason is I slept in a little too much. If I got up at like 8 in the morning, I probably would have been able to get through all of them just fine, but no, I just had enough time to watch the first two. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember Despicable Me 3 well enough for me to give my thoughts on it. But as far as the first two films go, the first Despicable Me, come on, we're talking about one of my childhood favorites here. I mean, like, yeah, that was a movie I loved as a kid. And even after rewatching it today, I can admit it's silly, but to be fair, it is a kid's movie, so, like, we should expect, like, silly humor from it. So, yeah. The first Despicable Me, it's not a movie I love, but, I still really enjoy it, mainly for nostalgic reasons, and, it does still manage to get plenty of laughs out of me. And then, Despicable Me 2, I'd say just as good as the first movie. Like, I don't love it more or less than the first movie. I love it just the same. Well, okay, I did say that I don't necessarily love the first Despicable Me. So yeah, I guess the right term I should use would be enjoyed. Yeah, I enjoyed both Despicable Me 1 and 2 just the same. Though I guess something I will say I like better in Despicable Me 2 is that Gru is actually very relatable to me. Like, in Despicable Me 2. Because, yeah, I get what he goes through. Like, with the small amount of dating experience I've had, yeah, I'd be scared of women too. Well, okay, I guess I'm not necessarily scared of them, it's just, they do make me nervous, especially when talking to them. I just won't know what to tell them without looking like an idiot. So yeah, like, I love that that's what Gru goes through in Despicable Me 2, because, like, it's very relatable to me. And, yeah, I think that'll do it, because, again, Despicable Me 3, I don't remember it well enough, because, unlike the last two, I only saw it once, and it was, like, back when it first came out. I saw it at a drive-thru theater, and that was the only time I watched it. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember too much about it. I just remember that the bad guy was, like, voiced by one of the creators of South Park. But, like, that's as far as I could go with Despicable Me 3. Though, I guess from the ratings I've seen on it, it does say that it's not as good as the first two. I don't even know if people like it that much, anyway. But anyways, Despicable Me 4, I was a little nervous about this one, because, I don't know. I have been seeing the mixed ratings on it, so, like, I mean, mostly people were saying it was, like, bad, so, the highest my confidence was in it was that I just hoped it'd be okay, but I'll admit, I was surprised. I mean, okay, it's not as good as the first two Despicable Me's, but I'll admit, I kinda liked it. I mean, yeah, there are often times where it gets really confusing and some of the moments in it set me thinking, like, was that really necessary? But, nah, it still manages to get plenty of laughs out of me. Definitely not as much as the other movies. Because, yeah, even sometimes the humor can get really awkward. And, what's funny is, I was predicting that, Poppy Prescott, that's Joey King's character, I've seen her in the trailers, and she looked evil, so I was assuming she was gonna be the bad guy. She's probably gonna join, like, Will Ferrell's character in some way. But, no. She's not evil throughout the rest of the film. Well, she does end up going to that evil high school at the end, but... But, you know, But, you know, they completely surpassed my prediction on that. Because, like, I thought she was going to be evil throughout the rest of the film, but turns out she actually ends up being helpful. So, yeah. I don't want to talk too much about it, so, like, overall, Despicable Me 4, it's not great, but I'll say it's pretty good. So, yeah. Overall, for my final rating, I would give it 7 out of 10. Pretty much on par with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire for me. It's just pretty good, but not one of my favorites. So yeah, I think that'll do it for my Despicable Me 4 review. Again, my final rating is 7 out of 10. Not great, but good. I will say that. So with that being said, thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what y'all thought of Despicable Me 4 if y'all saw it. And I'll see y'all real soon.